Patrick exemplifies a young man living a life of virtue and dedicated to God. We wish Patrick continued success as he aspires to serve our country as a naval officer. Now I will read the declaration to Patrick. A very high premium has always been placed on hard work, academic achievement, and faith. They have, for over 2 centuries, been the most important virtues instilled in American children. St. Bernard School student Patrick D. Mahoney, Jr. is recognized tonight as a young man who exemplifies these virtues. Having started working summer jobs at a young age, he has also volunteered extensively in his church and community, all while maintaining a very impressive academic performance at St. Bernard School. In addition to all of this, he is also a gifted athlete, which he has put to use for charity in the annual ALS soccer fundraiser. Over the course of his high school career at St. Bernard's, Patrick has been the recipient of a number of awards for his artistic, athletic, and academic abilities. As a candidate for the United States Naval Academy at Annapolis, Patrick has already demonstrated his willingness to serve our country as a member of the U.S. Navy. He truly exemplifies the old-fashioned values of faith, service, and learning on which our country has been built. Patrick, congratulations.
Father Tom, members of the Board of Trustees, Archbishop Martin, Dr. Harris, Mr. Valenti, Mother Dolores, Mr. Thomas, distinguished guests. This time of year, on a Friday night, I'm ordinarily heading home from a soccer game or hanging out with friends as we wrap up the week and get ready for the weekend. Needless to say, this is not an ordinary Friday night for me. However, St. Edmund was not an ordinary saint, and Enders Island is not an ordinary Catholic community. What both have in common is the desire to live a life of virtue. It is indeed an honor to be in such company this evening, and I thank you very much for the privilege and honor of the St. Edmund Scholarship. St. Edmund lived a life of virtue, yet he was courageous and strived to be selfless in his service to others. It is not easy today to be strong in our convictions when attitudes and behavior in society run counter to our values. But there are examples all around us of how we can rise above ourselves and channel God's love for us through service and selflessness. There is a famous phrase, "If not me, then who?" that applies to many aspects of life. St. Edmund answered this question. He had the courage to stand up for the rights of the church in the face of great adversity. We can learn from his life, even today. In the world today, so much focus is on self, getting the best tutor so we can achieve the best SAT score, working out to have the most defined body, or an attitude of only looking out for ourselves at the expense of others. These are some modern-day examples of being self-absorbed. It is harder to put others first, to be gentle and kind when rushed, to find the time to go to the soup kitchen when it means we will have to get up early and therefore will be tired that afternoon. Giving up free time to help teach someone a math problem, even though it means we will be up a lot later trying to finish our own work. The question, if not me, then who, really applies to all of us. When someone needs to put an extra effort forth in a soccer game so the opposing team does not score, they are answering this question. When someone accepts the call to help others succeed academically, they are answering this question. And when members of our armed forces sacrifice themselves in service to our country, they are definitively answering this question. I hope that, like St. Edmund, I can strive to be the best version of myself that God made me to be. If not me, then who? I would like to thank my mother and father and grandparents for their support this evening. The love for my family has been vital in forming the young man I am today. Thank you again for this wonderful scholarship, for which I am very grateful.
Congratulations, Patrick, and thank you very much. Very well said.